I did not expect to marry like this straight up from Italy, like white man, ever.
My family tended to use the word Oriental a lot.
Not out of spite or disrespect.
Not out of spite. That's just what they thought, and I was like, that is a rug, and Brian is Taiwanese.
When my folks got married, they wouldn't have been allowed to be in certain states at the time. You know, in terms of like, you know, multi-ethnic families, like they were actually the real groundbreakers.
So my friends have told me that Asian men aren't sexy, but look at Ken. I think Ken is so sexy.
Verified.
When I came with my Brazilian black girlfriend and say, welcome to the family, and my mom and my dad were fascinated.
People think we're related for one thing. Everyone's like about the same. They're kind of like, there's a little bit of Asian-y inside the eyes.
I always just thought I would be with, you know, an American black guy. When I was a little girl, that's what I would fantasize about. That's kind of what my family, you know, expected.
Doesn't matter where she's from. Doesn't matter the color of her skin. I mean, if we get along, we get along.
The difference in our culture really didn't come into play.
If you just strike up a conversation with people, even if they look really different than you, there's a high likelihood that you'll find something in common.
It's scary that, you know, right now things used to be so easy, so safe to be different, to be an immigrant. Now it feels like there's this big pushback, and even kids started feeling it.
Even though it seems like we're at the most racially tense moment in history, all of a sudden, like I think it's really just sort of
It's just
a stopgap before
the tide.
The article I read, titled "Culture is Not Easy," illustrated two different examples, one including an American lady and a Polish lady, and one including an American lady and a Rwandan local lady. The first example was an exchange between a Polish lady and an American lady, and there was an alleyway that was too short for both to pass, so the American lady decided that she would press up against the wall so the Polish lady could pass first. While she did that, she waved and said hello to the Polish lady, which is an informal way that Americans greet each other, and it's considered acceptable in our culture. The Polish lady was not very happy with that, because in Poland, they really only do those greetings, informal greetings, the casual greetings, when they do know each other. And so she berated the lady for greeting her like she knew her when she had no recollection of knowing her. The second example was between a Rwandan lady, a business owner, and an American lady. And the American lady had visited the business multiple times, and she would go up to the counter and say, "I'm purchasing this," or "I need this," or "Can you find me this?" And she would say it politely, but she noticed the Rwandan lady was very cold. She gave her one-word responses, not a lot of eye contact. And so the American lady decided that the lady did not like her. And so when she returned one day, she started by asking, "How are you doing? How was business today? Are you enjoying the weather?" And she noticed that the Rwandan lady smiled and was very happy to talk to her and engage in the conversation. She then realized that in Rwanda, business is not conducted the same as it is in America. Business is actually done as you are exchanging pleasantries, like you are old friends. And she then corrected how she conducted business in that village.
PhD students who were from different cultures, resulting in a difference in relationship style. While both Ben and Ara were similar points in their lives, Ara was an African Muslim while Ben was agnostic, meaning he believes that nothing is for sure. The two students fall in love, starting a very unusual relationship. The issue came from the fact that Ben was a man who believed in an open relationship and Ara did not, as she was very family oriented. Throughout the relationship, it seemed as though Ben was a direct and emotionally restrained person, giving him a discussion style, and Ara was direct and emotionally expressive, giving her an engagement style. This resulted in many arguments, as Ben thought of Ara as thinking too much, and she did not feel heard by him. Since Ara's mom was very similar to her, but on a more dramatic scale, this caused her to involve herself in relationships, making everything worse. Ben did not realize how risky an open relationship could be until he got two women pregnant at the same time. While in the beginning Ara was more of an engagement style person, when it came down to it, she then became an accommodation style person when she put aside her beliefs, family, and everything else to try to please Ben by having sex and allowing for him to see the other woman. Also, she pushed her mom away even though her entire life she had kept her mom by her side, as it was very common in their culture. As the mom tried to help out, she decided to get angry at her mom instead of acknowledging the fact that her mom just loves her.
A professor at the Islamic Azad University has actually stated that he believes that the contributing factor to a lot of international corporations failing is due to different communication problems and cultural differences that they haven't been able to work through. He claims that effective communication based on cultural understanding is effective in addressing political, economic, and social problems of various countries worldwide and their communications amongst each other. There are many cultural factors that influence the development of ethical, healthy relationships in or between cultures. Some of these factors that make up a person's background and culture are a person's language, experiences, education, how they value time, like if they're monochronic or polychronic, if they are individualistic or collectivistic, their differing religions, their different verbal and nonverbal communication styles, and their face work strategies that they choose to use. It is important for all individuals to acknowledge the validity of other cultures and be aware of their personal ethnocentrism. Galatians 3:28 says, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is no male or female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus." This Bible verse explains that although we humans seem a lot different from our different backgrounds and cultures, we are all equal as humans created by God.